First of all, I like to thank INDAM for conferring this award on me. I am indeed grateful to you for bringing me out of my slumber and giving me an opportunity to share some of my thoughts on the basis of my work in the last 50 and odd years. Um, I have worked in the last 50 and odd years with a variety of groups, starting with primary school children, college teachers, primary school teachers, doctors, health workers, various professions including social work, agriculture, management and so on. And in the last several 3 decades or so with corporate sector. One most important thing that I have discovered from all my work is the search for individuals to be effective. In a variety of these researches that I have found that people and their effectiveness is decided by 4 factors. I will put it in an equation form. Effectiveness of any individual is equal to empathy, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. I think these 3 things make you effective. And empathy, empowerment, entrepreneurship comes out of self-respect, self-acceptance, self-confidence, self-reflectiveness, and so on. Ultimately, I think the self becomes the most critical element. I've seen people who are effective helping a large number of others around in the society. That is where empathy, empowerment, and entrepreneurship becomes important, and it takes them to be institution builders. I also would like to share a small thought in terms of what I have discovered as a researcher. I think the first decade of your work as a researcher is very important. In the first decade of my work, I used it to be a researcher oriented towards largely survey research, of course used observation method and a variety of methods, used factor analysis, multiple regression and a whole lot of other kind of things, and quite often found the relationships to be non-existent, which led me to ask more questions and do more research. But the first 10 years of my work has uh, remained with me as a solid foundation in terms of my later work. It is either the work on impact of feedback on teachers to change their classroom behavior, or impact of the organizational environment on the educational administrators, or impact of feedback on 360-degree feedback and things like that. So my advice to the youngsters will be that don't take your first decade of your work easily. Do some serious work hard, discover as much as possible. And the second decade will be built on your first decade. While you may spend a lot of your time doing very strict research with a lot of statistics, all that amounts to reducing a human being to a number. Ultimately, we'll have to learn to treat human being as an integrated whole. And in order to do that, you probably will have to revisit your own research studies and start meaning in these studies. That comes through a lot of qualitative research. For example, in my search for effectiveness of 100 managers, we identified on the basis of 360-degree feedback out of 8,000 people, a couple of hundred of them, and made their case studies and discovered some very interesting commonalities. The same way, I have studied effective people among the doctors, social workers, teachers, scientists and so on, and discovered again a few factors. So my advice to the youngsters will be keep doing a lot of these research, use as many methods as possible, but ultimately do treat human being as an integrated whole. This is because all management is based on human beings. There is no management field without human research. So human research is the core to all management. And a small suggestion to the INDAM that you have come up very well in the last 10 years. I think you are a wonderful association of research scholars, teachers, and research scientists. It's so nice of you to have given this award to me and to a number of others in the last few years. Is it possible for you to make use of some of us for whom you are so kindly awarding to participate in taking your own mission and vision forward? I want to thank you once again for your kindness in giving me this award. I am humbled by this award and very nice of you to have given me this opportunity. Thank you very much and all the best.